like the Friedman?
Yes, it's just there. Friedman.
Okay, attention. Welcome to the Coriolis Force lecture. Yes, I'm gonna admit that I didn't rehearse this talk, so I'm sorry if I had lags. If you play internal games, you know what that means. So, and I'm gonna look often at my paper because I don't remember what I'm supposed to talk about. Yeah, okay, so yeah, what I intended to cover in this talk, or maybe what I intended to do in this talk, is to give you some intuition about the Coriolis force and fix the lectures of Professor Y, which I'm not going to tell the name because it goes into the word. So yeah, because as we know, as physicists know, his lectures don't give intuition and not even maybe understanding. But I'll investigate that later. So my intention was, so that you could have some fun during this learning and work out knowing a bit more about the Coriolis force. However, I slightly underestimated the difficulty of the problem, which is very non-intuitive. It requires a lot of imagination, and it's hard to understand without the vector calculus, vector analysis. Sorry. And I tried to do that because I don't trust, differentiating vectors and stuff like that. It doesn't give me any intuition, so I tried to do it just in scalars. And I must say, I still don't understand it. So how am I going to give this talk, right?
So you're not going to do that yet.
I think we can still have fun. We can still walk out knowing a bit more about that. But we're going to turn this lecture into a Coriolis force debate. So I hope you're going to participate and maybe maybe help to fix me or explain something to me. Yeah, so we've got 5 brains, not one, so maybe together we're going to figure it out and learn something and have fun as well.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm going to show all I've prepared because I've prepared something and I'm sure you're going to like it. Right, and after I show what I've prepared, I'm going to show you the difficulties I had and maybe we're going to figure it out. So the first thing I've prepared is the quiz for you. It's because I'd like to investigate what do you already know about it. Maybe compare with what I knew like 2 days before. 2 days ago. Okay, so let's start. So the first question is, which way does the Earth rotate? And how are you going to do it? Are you a team or maybe separate participants?
What about just a show of hands?
Okay, so who's from west to east?
I'm still thinking. Oh, you were there. Just move on.
That's always question.
Okay, that was. That's right. From west to east. Yeah, you can figure it out. Thinking that the sun sets on the west. So, suppose the sun is here. So, and this is the west. And for example, we are here. Wait, that's the problem.
It does because if you think that the sun is behind this the end of this arrow, and you are on the dark side, as soon as you rotate onto the sun, you see it from the east.
That's what I like in debates. So, and we can draw the angular velocity vector. I don't know if you chemists know that kind of stuff. So,
No discrimination, please.
Okay. Next question. What is it for? It's supposed to be 2. Sorry.
That's alright, we have to. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Oh, because it's a 2. I think it's a 2. Okay, so I have headphones here, and there's going to be a demonstration.
Yeah.
So I have headphones, and I rotate them like that. But maybe I should do that like horizontally. Okay, horizontal, because I don't want gravity to come into play. Okay. What force do we see acting radially outwards on the headphones, which were at the end of this cable, rotating? Is it the Coriolis force? Is it the Okay, who's for the Coriolis force? Who's for the centripetal force? Or centripetal? How do they say it in Britain? Centripetal force.
What's that?
I'm gonna get to that. So,
Okay.
maybe centrifugal force.
Centripetal is to inwards and centrifugal is outwards. As far as I remember. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But here you actually have both of them because they balance.
But which reference frame are you in?
Yeah.
How do we observe it? So how
Okay.
we're sitting here, or is it none?
In the reference frame of the lab, actually, there are forces, but they balance. So we can say that the sum of all forces is 0. But there is a force of tension, which counteracts the centrifugal force. Because if it didn't, otherwise it would fall out.
You guys right?
I don't agree with that.
No, like,
No force?
yeah, you need there's a force acting radially inwards because it's moving in a
Yes.
circle.
But radial outwards?
No.
There's no force for it working.
So, if we view it from the lab perspective, so here I hold my hand and there's the cable and these are the headphones, and it moves like on the circle. So normally it would just continue on the straight line, right? But it doesn't, so there has to be a force, radial inwards. And it's known as the tension of the cable, or maybe as the centripetal force. Because the centripetal force is the force which keeps the particle on the circle when it's rotating. So it always acts radially inwards. And there's no centrifugal force because we're in the inertial frame, in the lab frame. And there's no Coriolis force for the same reason. But if you view it from the rotating frame, so suppose now it's not my headphones, but it's a cabin and there are tiny people inside.
Tiny people in your headphones.
So we can view it from their perspective. So what we see then, what's gonna happen if this is the cable? They don't just fall here, more or less. They're just gonna end up on the wall. So why are they gonna end up on the wall? There must be a force acting in this direction. But the force doesn't. This force is called a fictitious force because it doesn't really exist. But we invent this force to explain the motion of these guys. I cannot be so clear because I didn't rehearse it. So, yeah, forgive me. Centrifugal force. So normally, from our point of view, we could explain that by saying that these guys would move along the straight line. But this cabin moves like that. So this wall, so they would move along the straight line, but the wall would move in front of them and they would hit the wall. But from their point of view, this doesn't move. So there must be a force acting that way. At least we invent that force to explain their motion. Okay, did I make this clear enough?
I think so.
Yeah, and Gaston did a good job in making me misunderstand Coriolis force completely.
I did or Yasin did?
Yasin.
Yasin. Professor Y, say Professor Y. So I've explained centripetal force, I've explained centrifugal force, and I didn't explain the Coriolis force. Yeah, okay. Next question. So, no. Okay, next.
What was?
Okay, imagine we're sitting on the merry-go-round in the middle. Yeah, so that's basically what we see. And there's our daddy over here, standing at the rim, and we're opposite to each other, and we hold the ball, and we throw it directly at him. But the merry-go-round rotates like that, kind of clockwise, right? So is that clear? So we throw this ball, and from which side is it gonna miss the daddy? From the left, so it's gonna go like...
So are you standing at the edge?
No, we're standing in the middle.
In the center, aha.
Yeah, and daddy at the edge.
Oh, so this would turn to the left, would it not?
Yeah, I think it's to the left.
Maybe it's B. I want to rock the boat.
Could also be A.
Maybe it's sitting back.
It's C.
I thought I would do C, that it's gonna hit the daddy, but...
After rotating a full circle, it hits the daddy.
That's a good point, actually. That's possible, yeah. If it rotates fast enough.
Well, if you throw it straight out, it's going to pick up velocity, is it? As it goes around?
Straight out?
Yeah, and then?
But bend which way? Along the line of the rotation?
I thought to bend counter.
It's either...
No, for
Like-
example, if you should jump out of
Like...
moving car, to which direction you rotate? Forgot about that.
Okay, 10 seconds left. 10, 9...
Well, okay,
A.
but because of your
But even if
component of acceleration perpendicular to its trajectory, the acceleration is going that way, but it actually feels the inertia, so it would go the opposite way. That was my line of thought.
What acceleration?
If it was massless, then it wouldn't have this effect on the. It would travel along the null word line.
Okay. But we're on a
So
system.
our merry-go-round and our ball are non-relativistic.
Yeah, it's not a marathon.
Okay. Whoops. I should turn, yeah, that one off. From the left. So we're gonna see it like... Why is that? So we can view it again from two frames. And first I'm gonna explain it from the lab frame, or from the frame of the playground. And maybe in 30 minutes or so, maybe you could try to see it from the merry-go-round frame. So this is the merry-go-round, and we are here, and there's the daddy, and rotates this way. So we have the ball here, and give it an initial velocity like that. So it's in the air, right? It doesn't touch the merry-go-round, so it would just continue along the straight line. But during the time of the flight, the merry-go-round would rotate, so the daddy would be here. So it's gonna miss the daddy from the left.
Oh, so you meant you were throwing it, not
Yeah,
rotating.
not rolling it, yeah.
What did I say?
If we were rolling it, it might be something more.
No, we're not wrong.
Oh, I thought we were rolling.
But would make a difference if there was no friction?
If there's no friction,
Then it wouldn't. But I was thinking about a realistic situation of
With
non-
the
That's correct.
of non-relativistic
Stress test.
friction.
In the script it says, we throw a ball.
Oops.
Good point. We
But-
throw.
But if there was no friction, the daddy would just slide off the road.
That's
That's
a
the other point.
And so, if you view it from our point of view, so what we see is daddy is in front of us, the whole world is rotating that way, and together with the ball. So the ball
Is that the massless?
You should have said maybe we try to shoot.
it can't be
shoot
massless, because then he wouldn't be able to accelerate along the arc.
You would.
No, because he's massless. So it goes. Forget it.
Chris, I have a better example.
Uh-huh.
It's like you're in the center and you try to shoot your daddy.
I think that would work, because bullets are quick. You know.
Which way should you aim to?
To the right.